One thing you're guaranteed is a fantastic view of Victory Monument as you go past on the SkyTrain. Now, you may have noticed 5 statues around the base of the monument. These represent the police, navy, air force, the army and the civilians who lost their lives during the Franco-Thai War, which happened between November 1940 and January 1941. This short conflict was over disputed territories along the Thai-Lao border on the west side of the Mekong River and 2 territories in what is now Cambodia. Thailand wanted to reclaim these territories it had lost to France in 1893 when French Navy ships advanced up the Chao Phraya River in what is known as the Patnam Incident. In 1940, the French government were overthrown by Nazi Germany. The Thai military, led by Plek Pibun Songkram, decided to take this opportunity and sent troops along the Thai-Lao border opposite Luang Prabang and Champasak and towards Siem Reap and Battambang in Cambodia. There were also engagements at sea in the Gulf of Thailand around the island of Ko Chang. The Thai Navy claimed that a French warship and 6 other boats launched a surprise attack on 3 Thai ships that were anchored off Ko Chang. The Thai Navy lost 36 sailors. The Royal Thai Air Force retaliated and bombed the French ships, sending them back to Saigon. The Japanese military, who were in North Vietnam at the time fighting the Pacific War, intervened and forced a ceasefire in January 1941. They got the 2 sides to sign a treaty which meant that Thailand could reclaim the disputed territories it had lost in 1893 during the Patnam Incident. However, these territories were actually handed back to France in reparation payments for Thailand's collaboration with the Japanese during the Second World War. The names of the 656 servicemen and civilians who lost their lives during the Franco-Thai conflict are inscribed around the base of the monument. The Thai government decided to celebrate the war as a major victory, and the monument was commissioned, designed and erected within a few months. Many Thais see the monument itself as an inappropriate symbol of a disjointed regime, a relic of an era that doesn't really go down well in Thai history. The 5 statues were created by sculptor Corrado Ferrocci. He was born in Florence, Italy in 1892. In 1923 he was invited to Thailand by King Rama VI. He became a sculptor at the Fine Arts Department. When the Italians surrendered in World War II, he changed his name to escape arrest by the occupying Japanese army. Well, there's absolutely no doubt Corrado Ferrocci was a very talented man. His artistic merit, his fine body of work made him very highly acclaimed. In his capacity as a teacher and an artist, Corrado Ferrocci taught, directed, created manuals wrote art criticism books and organised exhibitions. He went on to establish the first ever Academy of Siamese Fine Art, known today as Silpakorn University. In July 1918, Thailand sent 1,284 soldiers to Europe to take part in World War I. They arrived 2 months before the end of the conflict. This is the story of how a Thai expeditionary force played a role in Germany at the end of the First World War. At the outbreak of World War I, Siam, as it was known back then, had declared itself neutral. But after reading about German atrocities during the war, King Rama VI was quite rightly horrified. And not long afterwards, Siam declared war on Germany. This came at a time when Thailand was embracing modernisation in a big way, with construction projects, engineering and transportation. This was the ideal opportunity to impress the world. Not long after Siam's declaration of war, 12 German cargo ships docked in Bangkok were immediately seized and their crews imprisoned. The king wanted to show the Allied forces that Siam meant business. The king added blue to the national flag of Siam in 1917. This was to align the colours of the flag to the colours of the flags of the world superpowers. To Siam, the red, white and blue signified creed, crown and community. There were already Asian forces fighting in Europe during World War I, but these were contract soldiers representing their colonialists. Siam was surrounded by countries all conquered by European powers at this time, but had remained fiercely independent. So this was different. Siam had chosen to go to war. The king put together an expeditionary force of over 1,000 men. After a 6-week voyage via Singapore and Egypt, 1,284 Thai soldiers arrived in Marseille on the 30th of July. Their arrival went pretty much unnoticed, and it was assumed that there were just another battalion of Asian soldiers representing their colonial masters, and the French treated them as such. The Siamese military were sent to basic training under the French generals, and due to a lack of equipment arriving from Siam, they had to undergo their training wearing French military outfits. The French were very disrespectful, subjecting them to racial abuse. Complaints soon went back to Bangkok, and the king was not happy at all. A serious argument went back and forth between Bangkok and Paris, the Ministry of Defence and the King demanding an apology from the French government. They were furious at the ill treatment of their troops. Siam had arrived in France 2 months before the end of the war, so a very limited number of soldiers saw any active service at all. These were medical and transportation units who were deployed briefly behind the front line. The Air Force was still undergoing training when the war ended in November 1918. Due to the row between Siam and France over the mistreatment of Siamese troops by the French during their training, an agreement was reached between the Allied forces and Siam that would see Siam play a role in the occupation of Germany. The Siamese troops were sent to occupy a small town in the Rhineland called Neustadt. This pleased the king very much because he could finally see that Siam were being given a role to play. The people of Neustadt were initially suspicious at the Siamese troops. They assumed they were just another group of French colonial soldiers. Eventually the Siamese army won them over and the people of Neustadt took them to their hearts. During the Siamese occupation of Neustadt, they did come under attack, but not from any military forces. The Spanish flu pandemic hit the town pretty hard, and several Siamese troops were taken ill. 4 of them died. After 7 months, the Siamese Expeditionary Force marched out of Neustadt in July 1919. They handed the town over to the French military. Their work was done. After a 6-week voyage back, they arrived in Bangkok to a hero's welcome.